Thanks for staying with us. Across Nigeria, the fear gripping parents is becoming unbearable as mass abductions of school children continue unchecked. Over 300 students kidnapped in Niger, 26 girls taken in Kebbi, and more threats emerging across vulnerable communities. With security agencies offering little assurance and attacks growing bolder, the nation is now confronting a tough and urgent debate. Are our schools still safe? Some states have already ordered boarding schools to close, raising even more questions. Is this the right move? Should other states follow? Are we protecting children or simply surrendering to terror? What happens to academic calendar? And more importantly, are school closures a temporary safety measure or an admission of security failure? What are your thoughts on these questions? You can join the conversation and call us on 02016 352013 or 0902416 3440 or tweet us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. Many schools are closing, especially schools in the north. They have been ordered to close down the boarding schools. Children, disperse them, let them go home. It will not be easy for the bandits to go to houses to pick up the students, so it's better. But now the question is, what happens to the academic calendar for the year? That's one. Another question I'd like us to take as we start our initial thoughts is this really an admission that government cannot do anything to safeguard the schools, at least for now?
Okay, so it's sad that we've come to this, but then the reason why for me it's not like something new, because like in the southeast where I'm from, on Mondays schools are already closed because of
the sit at home.
Because of sit at home, and if you come out and stuff, you risk being violated and a lot of stuff happening. But when we look at this issue of closing the schools right now, it's a short-term solution, right? It's because of the safety of the kids. It's an emergency response, not necessarily. It's not a solution. This is not a solution at all, because it's just an emergency response, because the government has a right to protect life, property, protect the kids. And now that they've assessed these areas, and you can see that the bandits are targeting these vulnerable children. They know what they are doing, because they are trying to cause an uproar when it comes to targeting these kids, to disrupt normal life around these areas, to create more fear, because it has to do with children. Because before now, they've been kidnapping and banditry in these same areas where women have been kidnapped. But we've been talking about it, but you find that the emphasis has not been so much on it, as opposed to now that children are involved. So yes, so it's that thing like when someone keeps pushing and then they want to push you to the wall to see how far they can push you so that you can bounce back. And this is exactly what has happened. But then you find out that if this aspect, well, like I said, this is an emergency response, not a solution. That means that government needs to create a long-lasting solution to this issue, like what the senator said. Target it head on. Because if this doesn't happen, you find out that there's going to be dropout of kids from school, which is going to cause more problems. Because when kids drop out of school, it constitutes nuisance effect, where they can not even be vulnerable to be recruited back into the negative system that we are trying to run away from. It now encourages early marriages amongst girls, right? And all this is still happening in the north, where we are trying to fight these same issues. Then it now emboldens the terrorists or the kidnappers to say, we've pushed you to the wall, and you did not do anything.
There's nothing you can do.
There's nothing you can do. I mean, you don't even have the weapons. We're bigger than you. It emboldens them, and then we don't even know what next. They will not start spreading like tentacles, and this is going to really eat deep. And we can see that corruption and hunger in the land and within local governments has also encouraged the community members, the chiefs, and everything to cover this, to compromise and cover all this nonsense. Because if they share money, give them. Everybody keeps quiet, because these people are not. Their offices is not operating in the sky. They are somewhere that constitutes a local government in Nigeria, right? That the certain community members know about this. They fly for night. They fly like Benin people on top of broom for night. People see them. People know. They follow roads and pathways, so people know where they are headed. People know their location. So these are the issues. These are my first thoughts.
Okay,
people. Well,
these are very serious issues, considering, this recent escalated kidnapping, targeted kidnapping across the country. So I must say that the government has done something laudable by responding to this. According to the Niger State governor, I said, when you were asking which governor, he said that they got intelligence that, they were going to be kidnapping in school. And they issued school closure directive to all schools.
Yeah.
That school that we had the kids kidnapped went ahead to open. And then now they're dealing with the kidnapping of the children from the school. I have a niece in the Unity school, and we had to go and get her back from school over last week. The father was like, if you come to school right now and see the way, some parents couldn't come because the schools are far from their homes, states of residence. And so parents had to now help you that you are going. If one parent is going to the particular area of other children, you have to mumble and jumble all the children in the car. He said they were loading children into each parent's available parent's car like sardines to get them home. So we know that this is a short term, but we are grateful that the intelligence got to us at all. They did not call it covert operation because I would hate to have to find my niece in any school. So if they must close the school, yes, but it cannot be blanket. There must be a long-term plan, which is why I was of the suggestion that the NSCDC, every security apparatus that we have must be deployed to schools, because the UNICEF statistics that we have is that we have more out-of-school children than any other place in Africa right now, or in West Africa. It's because, of course, our population is huge, and we cannot have our huge population of younger children out of school, uneducated. The danger of it is just too much. One of the objectives of these bandits, of course, is to discourage schooling, to discourage, education by targeting schools and targeting, isolated, vulnerable groups. As believe that the genocide is against all of us in Nigeria, everybody, every community, every tribe is being attacked right now, and we must have that united front against it. So community-wise, we must stand up and do what we need to do. If you have intelligence, or you see one small group of people entering an isolated forest because police no reach there, manpower no reach there, reach out to who you can, and do not support, unexplained wealth, in communities. Over the week, we saw videos. We were talking about it at the makeup room this morning about young bandits doing live videos. Young girls coming on live videos, sharing money. Such brazen, disrespect and disregard for our national security should not be allowed. Since from there we'll get the intelligence and we'll do the needful. But the senator has already said what we think the problem is, and it's the same problem that has been problem of lack of weapons.
Because we need to even find out, how do they know that these bandits are alive? They need to pick up those people. How do you now know they're bandits? How do you know when they are sharing the money to you? How do you get the money on a live video?
So many and you think he must write a petition to arrest them?
Okay, so we are. The problem is serious.
It is.
So serious.
By the time they are closing down a school, you should know how serious it is. Wow. However, the solution is. The problem is, since the problem is Hydra-headed, the solution needs to be Hydra-headed too.
Yeah.
So we can close down the school temporarily. I agree with the ladies. However, what's our short term? Like, what are we going to do to ensure that the school can reopen in the shortest time possible? We also noticed that the school, the people that were the church, the CAC members that were released, we do not have anybody caught from their release. So when they say that they were able to rescue the people, but you don't say in the course of rescuing the 38, there was a casualty of 15, which are the people that carried out the attack, or were able to now get the information about them. It's
not a rescue. It's not a rescue. It's a release.
Yes.
It's a negotiated release.
So for me, that is the real problem. As long as the system rewards banditry and kidnapping, people will simply find another set of vulnerable people to attack. The school represents a group of vulnerable people together that, when you arrest, you kidnap students in a school, by the time you make noise 1 or 2 months, in a week or two, they will pay. So you can. So if you close down the school, are you going to close down every church? Are you going to close down every community that has a group of vulnerable people? Because what their system is not, they're not attacking children. They're not against education. They're not against education. They are a for-profit business. Kidnapping is a for-profit business. So the goal is to find the easiest target to meet, which is why it was easy to go to the church. People in church are vulnerable. They are praying. They did not carry gun. They are not thinking there will be an attack. So easy. It's easy to go to school. They are students. They're not expecting that you come and attack them. So the point is now, where are the next set of vulnerable places? Because the kidnappers that are thinking business know that you have closed 1, 2 vulnerable areas. They will look for other vulnerable areas. We cannot keep closing down everything. We need to address the elephant in the room. This business is profitable. If you want to remove the profit from their mouth, follow the money and find who is benefiting from it. As long as we don't deal with that one, there will be someone else that will find another area. We don't know what it is. I'm not giving ideas, but they have found a way consistently to find how they will get people
and they are
to make their
thinking
money.
fast, if you ask me. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll continue this conversation. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back. We have a caller on the line, Yakub. Good morning, Yakub. Oh, sorry, we lost Yakub. So I like how, Tokwe ended her analogy, looking at the beneficiaries of this, because we cannot just solve the problem by closing down, the schools. For now, it's a temporary measure to ensure that more students are not kidnapped, and then we're going to see how to rescue them. We close down the schools, we close down the churches. Are we going to be closing down the malls? There are other clusters of places where people, stay, especially this festive season. A lot of people will be gathering. Now, how do you think we can solve this issue by fishing out the beneficiaries? Many people have said, we know these people, we know where they stay, we know what they do, we know how they move, and yet we have not found anybody who is the sponsor. When I look at some of the videos of these bandits, they don't look like people that can touch. When you touch money, your body will tell that you are touching that kind of money. They don't look like people that actually hold and use that kind of money. For me, in my head, I'm thinking, are these people working for other people who are like the barons, and these ones are just the foot soldiers? Because when you catch them, another group emerges. Now, how do we find the sponsors? And I'm asking you this question as if you people are security analysts, but at least we can give some suggestions that they may take. But let me take Hassan from Lekki, and then I'll come to the ladies. Hassan, are you there? Sorry, we lost the call again.
The reality is that as we were sitting down here and we want to, Boko Haram started 2005, 2006. And if we sit down here and say that there's no intel from DSS, or that we don't know somehow, people that suspected that are funding these things, then we are liars. Then we're lying to ourselves. Yes. We really underestimate the power of our military intelligence in this country. And I'm very happy, like what the senator said, like that DSS is doing a lot of work. And like Tope will always say, follow the money. If you follow the money, we know. These people are not spirits. These people are human beings. They are dealing in cash. That means that cash, they're dealing with a huge number of cash. That means that cash has to be cleaned. That money has to go somewhere. That if they're buying arms,
it has to be paid into an account.
Foreign currencies, exchange. So we know this can be. Every day we sit down here, we keep saying the same thing over and over and over again. We know, and the one I don't like now is this negotiation with terrorists and kidnappers. You need to treat a criminal like a criminal. Why am I trying to speak English with a criminal to say, okay, then you give me one, then I give you two, then we'll rehabilitate you, then if you like, no. You're embodying these people. Yeah. You need to face them, shoot everybody, let everybody die.
The way they like to kill people now from the innocent people that have been kidnapped.
Yes, but no. What Amaka is saying is a straight, direct way to look at it.
Yeah, we have a call on the line. Let's try and take the call and come to Nima. Ade from London. Good morning, Ade.
Good morning, ladies. Good morning, BC.
Good morning. We can barely hear you.
Contribution on this issue. We don't want to tell our truth. You see, I see people and hear people, very few people saying they don't want America to come. Saudi Arabia last week, the company went to America to invest $1 trillion in the economy of America. They offer for F-35. There's no war there, but they are getting ready. And if that can happen, and we are saying we don't want America, all these things we are doing is a joke. They know where the bandits are. Will we go to them to greet them? And who are they deceiving? They are just playing pranks with the life of Nigeria. Either you like it or not, Trump will come. And it will come soon to kill these bandits where they are in the forest. If Saudi can invest $1 trillion in the American economy, last week is on CNN everywhere, and we don't want free service for them to come and get rid of these bandits. Who are they deceiving?
Do you think they will give us free service, sir?
For them to waste time.
Thank you, Ade. Does he really think they will give us free service? America. Okay. So Nima, I was coming to you.
The same America would always come and criticize our military offensive for abuse of human rights.
Yes.
We have that in history. We've sat on this table too many times. We've taken the stories too many times. Yeah. When the military go full force and they do an offensive, there will be human rights abuses and investigations. President Obama did not even consider us a country worthy of visiting in his 8 years of administration. Talk less of, partnership with us. And one of the things he didn't do was sell arms to us when we needed it.
Yes.
When our intelligence had gotten to where we could find the bandits and, finish them, it was criticized. So which gives me the suspicion of foreign involvement. But that's whether or not you agree, that's your business. I think that it is not straight jacket, like you put it. Saudi and America has been in a partnership forever, which has strengthened the dollar. Follow the money as you do, and you know why the partnership always pays them. When it comes to Africa, it's from a different angle
that they want to do that.
I agree. But God will help us. But what you have said is how we should do it. Find a bandit. Do not give him any coloration of tribe, dialect, or anything. Direct or religion. Go to him and finish him. If he has taken a life, he should pay with a life. And that's it. That's the only way we can stem this. We have not deterred anybody. In fact, we have encouraged this criminality by engaging with them, negotiating with them, and even funding them. Because whether you like it or not, the moment you pay them as a state government, which is what most northern states are guilty of, paying them for a bit of security so you have your own peaceful tenure as a governor. You do your tenure, you go, you've emboldened them, they come in, and the same method of force is used on the next governor till your people are being taken. Now we're making lives a thing of toy for bandits. People are being kidnapped. Our school children can't sit in school. Our vulnerable groups can't move around. Farms, during President Buhari, one of the things that caused food prices to soar was that farmers couldn't approach their farms. They were paying double taxes, paying to the government, also paying to bandits to access their farms. Farm products were taken from them and resold. We cannot continue to live like this. We have to do what we have to do, but then we need the international community to give us the security support that we must have and the sovereignty that we need. If we say we have a problem in our country, that requires security arms to be bought, it is not the business of another country to tell us how we should deploy the arms. You were reminding me now, when even though the Tucano was given by President Trump during his tenure, they gave us the conditions that limits the use of it. So is it for decoration? Should we pack it at our defense headquarters and be looking and snapping pictures? Is it for selfie?
My sister.
Is it for selfie?
We have Tony from Jos. Good morning, Tony. Are you there?
The ladies of the view. My name is Tony from Jos Plateau.
You're welcome.
Well done. Please, let me just speak a few things with regards to the issue of discussion this morning. You see, I have a problem with Nigerian government. Most of the times, they are very good at reacting instead of being proactive.
True.
They always react instead of being proactive. Now, suddenly from nowhere, they just woke up on Friday and shut down the whole schools in a bid to say they are trying to prevent further possible abduction of school children. Now, the question now is this. What happens? We understand the lives and security of these children are very important, but what also happens? What measure are they putting in place with regards to the academic calendar? Because let's be reminded that these schools, most of these schools have issues already with their academic calendar. And then now they are being proactive. And one of the things Nigerian government, politicians are very good at doing it, they like apportioning blame. The senator now in the house that you invited just left there with a few while ago. And then you can tell that this one is saying some are in charge of, some are behind this problem, some are behind this problem. When will they fish out these people behind this problem? They should stop taking Nigerians for a ride. We are no longer fools. The world has evolved. So they shouldn't use the old antics. I wish the senator is in the house so we can ask him certain questions. Was it not shameful that the Congress in US the senators were able to speak through to reality on what is happening in Nigeria than the senators in Nigeria?
They said they are having meetings as well, and they are coming up with.
Then they should make it open, just the way the senators in US it was a public discussion. Okay. Everybody watched it. They should also make their own open.
Okay, I agree with you. Thank you, Tony. Thank you so much, Tony. We'll have to take a short break here. When we come back, we'll tie in another conversation that's relates to this one and find a way to wrap it up. Stay with us. Welcome back. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has reportedly ordered the withdrawal of police personnel attached to VIPs across the country. For years, thousands of officers have guarded politicians, businessmen and influential elites, while ordinary citizens and entire communities remain dangerously under-policed. Already, reactions are pouring in. Some say this is the first real step toward policing fairness. Others argue it could expose high-profile individuals to new risks or even face resistance from VIP class who have enjoyed state-funded security for decades. This morning, we asked the questions. Rattling the nation, which is, will withholding police from VIPs strengthen national security or create new vulnerabilities? Will the police finally return to the streets where they are desperately needed? And most importantly, is this the beginning of a new policing era or just another political headline? And why I decided to tie it, because it's also about insecurity that we are talking about. But let me hear your thoughts.
So in our previous conversation, I was going to mention that for us to successfully deal with the problem, we need to realize that a stitch in time saves 9. What Nigeria is doing now is trying to stitch 9. We could have stitched 1. We didn't stitch 1. Now we have 9. And if how we manage that 9 can make it become 90, we need decisive action to deal with the problem at hand. And it is, like I said, hydra-headed. It's plenty in different areas. There wasn't this level of confidence on the part of the bandits before and kidnappers to be doing video, to be flaunting, to be executing people on video. It wasn't this much. We didn't have this many people. But when the previous one got away with it, the smaller boys will feel like, Oga do Anna, this if I can do worse than this. And that is why I would appeal to our politicians that they should make sacrifice for the nation. I need our politicians to put away political agenda of re-election. Like I am begging that, can we put aside re-election and focus on the citizens that you really want to serve? Because if you put aside re-election bid, you will not negotiate. If you put aside re-election bid, you will not care if they don't like me. But long term,
don't vote me in.
Don't vote me in. Long term, you'll be grateful that I'm not the nicest person. No. We see countries that have fought major crises. You see Malaysia, you see Singapore. The people did not like them when they were fighting the crisis because they were not, it wasn't about whether you like me or not, it was about I'm going to solve the problem. That's the best solution. So, yes, the president has said he's going to pull out 30,000, over 30,000, recruit 30,000 so that pull out the VIPs escorts. The VIPs do not like him right now, which we've heard it being said before several times by really IGP, but not by the president. So if right now that the president is saying it, let there be immediate execution of that instruction. Let the directive be immediately complied with. The VIPs will not like it, but the VIP liking you is not what is most important right now, President. It is to secure the lives of Nigerians.
The VIPs can afford to get secure. See, we are all going to find a way to work together because it's happening like it's far. It can come to any state at any time.
It's already near.
Yes, it's near. So you may be thinking you're a VIP, your child is in one school in boarding there, and they come and carry the child. So we have to work together. VIPs can afford to get private policing agencies to police them.
The VIP protection has really cost our security hugely.
Yes, it has.
Number 2 is that it has confused our police officers of who to be loyal to. The VIPs, as we already know, have money and it's made the only motivation more money as opposed to to protect the citizens of the country. I will not even say, we don't say it enough that the police are not well funded, that they are unmotivated if it comes to their perks and entitlement of office, or how do we put it? But then what the VIP offers a police officer is that right in the face of a crime, a police officer is confused as to who's to arrest. We have plenty videos that VIPs have displayed, and you see the police officer either carrying their bag, pretending not to see that an injustice was
being done.
We had one honorable member with the Uber rider guy that trended one time. His police detail was right there. The other senator from Adamawa who went to buy some funny toys that slapped the lady.
You know,
let me his police officer was right there.
But the truth is, I'm really happy about this because we need to understand, make a distinction between the two types of VIPs or VVIPs that we have.
Okay.
We have the official VIPs, the ones that are government, that
those are public officers.
They're public officers. Then we don't have the VIPs that when you have the money, you can get the security. So I like this whole thing because at the end of the day, all the VIPs can afford to pay for private.
No, government officials are not affected though.
Yeah, that's why I said we need to make a distinction between.
Should they not be affected?
Why? Between the different types of VIPs. But you know, say person whenever where they wear shoe all in life, you don't know what someone that goes barefooted, what the challenges they have to deal with.
Yes.
Do you understand? That nail
stepping on stones and nails
can, they can have infection. I agree with you. It's a good thing that this is a level playing ground. So if the rich also feels some pain, right? Then maybe they can push for quicker action.
Yes.
Towards it.
They will understand. It's sometimes when it's happening, it seems like because they are not, it's not near them. Exactly. So we can sit down and deliberate and take our sweet time in getting reactions. But if, for instance, a governor's son was inside the school or daughter that was inside the school that this happened,
they would have rescued everybody.
They would have rescued everybody. 1, 2, it wouldn't have even happened in the first place. It wouldn't have happened. So we need, that's why we say government must be local. The local government needs to do a lot in terms of, protecting the people, working with young people, the obas, the ballers. This is the time that they would stand up and say, my youth will not be a part of this criminality that's going on. And name and shame. Time has gone, my darling. We're actually wrapping up.
I did not look at time.
Thank you so much, ladies. Okay, so
I was going to say
it was
a job
great.
Of shifts.
Yeah.
It was a job of shifts.
Yeah.
And it wasn't supposed to be unmanned at any point in time.
Yeah.
Taking this Kebbi school as a case.
It was great that we had this conversation today. This is just a tip of the iceberg. I'm sure we're going to continue having this conversation from tomorrow and the rest of the week. Let's see how we can all put heads together and solve our insecurity issues. Thank you so much, ladies, for your contributions. That's all we can take on the show today. Join us again for another interesting show tomorrow. Bye-bye now.